Hi, this is Pat Walker at Mission Winners. Here's a fact. Charts talk. Every price and volume bar means something. Now, some price and volume bars are more important than others. Okay, that's a fact. But it is very important to look at them and train our eyes and mind on what to look for. If you do this, you will be light years ahead of most other people. I was an IBD meetup co-leader for 12 years. These were the things that we taught. This is what I teach. It works. It works. I've been doing this since 1986. I supported a family of 6. You've got to know what to look for. By so doing, you'll be ahead of the competition. And always, folks, have an open mind. I'm going to show you right here the spiders. And I'm going to take this note off right here so you can see the chart. This is the S&P 500 ETF. You don't need to overthink it. If you notice, there are no oscillators on this chart. There are no technical indicators on this chart. Nothing. Now, if you use it, fine. All right. I find that price and volume combined together can tell me more than all the other indicators. The trend is up here. It's walking up the 50-day, the rising 50-day. It's walking up the rising 21 EMA. It's walking up the rising 8 EMA. You don't need to overthink it. Ride trends. Trends pay more than all the little wiggles. Everything's great, and it hits new highs right here. There's the close. Each price and volume bar has something very important on. Each price bar, the open, the high, the low, and the close. Note this bar. It closed in the top third of its range on a slight pickup in volume. The trend is up. Let it go. The next bar, it gaps down and it drops, falls below the 8-day, that's first line of support, as you can see with this trend, and stops on the 21 EMA. But notice this, and I say this all the time. People talk with their mouths and vote with their pocketbooks. What did they do here? They sold it on volume. Volume. They voted. The next day, gaps up just a hair, runs up and closes down on heavy volume. They're selling, folks. The next bar, it closes right almost at its lows on heavy volume. See that? Heavy. Notice these volume bars in relation to all of these volume bars. And then it has a quiet bar where it goes up. But note the volume on this bar. It's less than these bars. Goes down on about the same volume. Okay, granted, that's all right, but it is going down. Then it falls and closes up just a hair, but on less volume. See the volume here? And then it's like, oh, but look at here, Pat. Everything's great. It's going back up again. Everything's over. Let's do the happy dance. But notice each bar, it goes up on less volume. Goes up on less volume. What does that tell you? There's not a lot of buying pressure. There's not a lot of conviction in buying. And then this bar, it closes on right there. It gaps up, it runs up, and it closes near its lows on a pickup in volume. The sellers come back. And then it gaps down and closes down on even heavier volume than this bar. And then it gaps down just a hair and closes below the 50-day on another pickup in volume. What does this tell you right here? The sellers are in charge. All right. Now, am I forecasting and saying it's going to continue? We don't need to forecast. We just get in line with what is. One thing it tells you is this: don't argue with the market and go hog wild buying. The sellers are in control here. Can it change? Of course it can change. But until it does change, don't argue with it. That's the spiders right here. Now let's look at the NASDAQ 100 ETF, and I'll I'll drop it down here so you can see it. Well, that was great. Let's get rid of it. It's rallying up. Volume's okay, but then it cracks. Right there. Heavy volume. Note the volume on this bar versus all of these bars right here, folks. And then it drops again on heavy volume. Closes okay, but serious. Comes down on heavy volume to the 50-day. Goes up on less volume than these 3 volume bars. Reverses down on a pickup in volume right at the 50-day. Drops below the 50-day on a pickup in volume. But then it starts to lift again. Oh, everything's beautiful, folks. Look at the lack of volume. It's not even doing average daily volume. Gaps up, reverses down on about the same volume. And then on Thursday, gaps down below the 50-day on a pickup in volume. Look at that bar right there. And then Friday, gaps up and drops again on a pickup in volume. The sellers are in control. Now, can it change? Of course it can change. Am I forecasting it's going to continue dropping? No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just observing what's happening, and what does it tell us? It tells us, be cautious. Be a little cautious here until it starts to straighten up. Don't be a hero. Don't be a gunslinger. Don't impose your will on it and say, well, it has to go up. No, not necessarily. It has to go down. No, just get in line with what is and see how it plays out. If you do this every day with an open mind, you will be light years ahead of the people that A, argue with it, and B, do a ton of fancy forecasting. Charts talk. Our job, we just simply listen.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit like. Maybe hit that subscribe button. We come up with new content nearly every day. Also, check out the videos on the right. YouTube recommends the one on the top, and the bottom one is something we thought you might enjoy. See you next time.